Hello and welcome to A Few Die Short. For some reason, there's an angry kobold in the corner.
Well, Anna's always angry, so it's fine.
Yeah, sounds alright.
Checks out.
Welcome to A Few Die Short, session 10 of Adventures in Anqkorveil. And if you've been living under a rock about D&D news, well, we'll get to that here in just a second.
Then you are fortunate.
you live in a much greater world.
It's fine.
But anyways, I almost choked there. Schedule-wise, tomorrow, playing some old Hunt Showdown, right?
Yep. I'm gonna continue my bad game bingo
Whoa.
in Hunt Showdown. And if this week's games have been any indication, I may, fill that board out really quick.
Fantastic. And then Monday, what are you doing now?
I'm gonna be continuing Hellblade.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
I made the schedule before I was out of town, so I never updated it. But yeah, Hellblade will probably be a 3-part series, so Monday will be part 2.
All right. And then Saturday, plot twist, will not be playing D&D. Dun, dun, dun.
What will we be playing, DM?
Well, first off, we'll be playing Mind Your Own Business there.
Okay.
We'll be playing a series of one-shots for the next couple weeks, starting out with Shadow of the Demon Lord. We'll go over a little more about what that entails. Next week we'll kind of go over the rules and everything, and then we'll have a one-shot where we'll actually play a game. Each of these one-shots are, from what I'm understanding, maybe we'll have characters that kind of span this multiverse, so everyone's gonna have the same character throughout, maybe.
Yeah.
We all bumped into a beholder and it got a bit messy.
Yeah.
Just
Knock the beholder over.
We'll be playing similar scenarios set in the worlds of those systems. That way we kind of get a good feel for how similar situations translate to these systems. At least that's easier for me to understand, at least.
yeah, I think Leo should be a damsel in distress in every scenario.
I think that's me, to be fair.
Power.
Some of these systems have some pretty cool magic.
Yes, starting out with Shadow of the Demon Lord, we might have to censor some of that stuff if we use it.
There's an entire school of magic called Curse.
Yeah,
The
and
forbidden magic is quite disturbing.
Yeah, because they for D&D has your cost that you may actually need to use or may not actually need to use. This game goes hard. In the foreword of it, it says that it is like the child of D&D and Warhammer stewing over for 6 months listening to black metal or something. And yeah, I can see it. Now, if we do use that system to continue this campaign, because I don't think we're going to be sticking with D&D due to the whole licensing fiasco, and I just don't like companies that do that kind of thing. Yes, they're kind of walking it back somewhat now, but the damage is done.
He said.
So we're going to be looking at a couple different systems, and now maybe some Pathfinder, maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe. Because that licensing looks pretty chef's kiss.
It looks really pretty.
And then a random Slayer's one shot, just because I want to.
Yes, and I'm not going to mind that whatsoever. I get to play.
I want to play them all.
But yes, that's going to be our schedule for the next few weeks, having a week of talking about what we're going to do, and then the next week actually playing it. It gives us time to read the rules, get familiar enough with them to at least have a one-shot. And make the characters and all that, goodness.
Work.
Yes,
Somewhat.
all that work.
Hopefully.
So yeah, I'm missing anything else? Yeah, we're gonna be playing Shadow of the Demon Lord first, then Beacon, then Icon, and at some point we're gonna be playing Slayers. I'm not sure if that's gonna be like in between or what. We'll figure it out
whenever we want to do it.
Yeah, if I need a filler for a week.
Yeah, it's a lot
Chris, I have a job for you.
rules heavy, so we won't probably need to do a whole ton of time learning it.
I mean, the mechanics for it look awesome though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The fighting, each class having their own like fighting style, and that being reflected into the mechanics looks super cool.
It definitely feels what an RPG should be in that case.
Yeah.
But then we also might play some Pathfinder, which I haven't played that at all. TTRPG wise, it is D&D and a little bit of Lancer, which I highly recommend.
Nice.
Lancer, it is really fun. Big robots goes bang bang bang.
We could play
Good
Lancer
for
too.
us. We can
That
play
is an option.
Lancer.
That is an option. I'm wanting to play kind of more fantasy oriented ones, so that way we can pick what we're going to translate over to.
I've been running a Lancer where the fantasy is instead of a mech, you're just a really, really big dinosaur.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, Tyler.
That's something there. They also have something called Lancer battle groups where you can have like a star fleet pretty much, and you can kind of incorporate it into Lancer if you plan to very
You're
carefully.
saying a very, very big dinosaur.
Yes, very, very big dinosaurs with lasers.
In space.
Dinosaurs in space. But enough of all that. We're gonna have our session 10, which is the end of the childhood portion of the campaign, where session 11, whenever we come back to that, they will be adults. They will have their full classes, and they'll have a huge time jump between now and then, where they'll have their own little adventures.
It will almost be an entire different system.
It'll be crazy, and I've had to change some of the world building stuff as well.
Entire
Might
fabric
have
of
entirely
reality.
different classes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What? Okay, let's just blame it all on Ianth. Resetting the timeline. And
yeah,
that's
it'll be
what
fine.
happened.
It's already canon.
Hobbs died, so
I
went out of control.
you say that jokingly, but
Canonical reason for everything to change.
I mean, she's
not
a
cool.
perfect reset button.
Did you anticipate Wizards of the Coast being this horrible in advance, Anna? Just so you can create this chaotic character. So if anything does
I
go
like the
wrong with this
idea-
system, just reset everything.
I like the idea that, like, you know, a cake just overcooked, so time magic, but it went wrong.
now to be fair, for
Yeah.
Anna, she didn't realize just how involved with time magic Ianth was gonna be.
It ended up fun anyway.
Yeah, the whole time god thing kind of came out of nowhere to her.
Time shenanigans are generally fun. Shenanigans are fun. We should have more shenanigans. We should have more roll for random event to happen. It might screw you over, but at least you'll have fun.
Yay!
No. If Ianth does mess up the timeline enough, maybe there's a timeline where that big Colossus mech worked and became very popular again,
mean, it
and then
does
we
work.
play Lancer.
We made it.
We made it work. This is the timeline where it does work.
Yeah.
Okay, it sounds like we may need to play Lancer. I hear the community, and I am willing to make that sacrifice. God, I love giant robots. But we should probably actually start playing our session, shouldn't we?
I guess so.
Yeah.
I mean,
If we gotta play tabletop RPGs, we'll do it. Let's go ahead and roll that intro. Blah, 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 blah. Picture this, if you will. There are 5 fantasy children walking down a fantasy street. Salty breeze from the ocean air fills the senses. Seagulls overhead. These 5 children of varying shapes and sizes and backgrounds. 2 adorable little lizard gremlin things, known as kobolds, with their shiny scales and gem-like horns, walk with heavy cloaks on, alongside a wood elf boy. White hair, beaming yellow eyes, and a book strapped to his waist, with a look of irritation, teen drama, a little bit of edge, if you will. Yes, that look right there. Next to him stands a young man, blonde, scruffy hair, a half cape over one shoulder. Carries himself a bit differently than the others. A prince. And right to his back, the one that stands out the most. A large green orc. Long, white hair, bluish tint to the green skin. Very imposing figure. But a smile on his face with tusk poking out makes him a friendly face indeed. These children have spent the last few years together in Verore, in the kingdom of Henri, in the country of Fridalia. Well, more continent of Fridalia, in the world of Anqkorveil. In a setting by a few dice short. These 5 kids have spent easily 10 years together by now. Some a little earlier, some a little not. And they have gone on several adventures together already, having gone camping and finding out that camping is not for them, due to various incidents that happened every time they decide to leave the city. Having gone to festivals with one another, experiencing heartbreak with one another. And on their last camping trip, making a big score by stealing a pirate chest. Yes, last session, the children had decided to go out onto the beach after a storm and see what they can find and just hopefully have a nice camping trip for a change. Spoiler alert, it did not go well. They first found, of course, debris brought up from the ocean, and even found what they later found to be some sort of living organism beneath the sand. There's some odd shell-like appendage sticking up from the ground, which, after a little bit of studying and drawing, they moved on, where they came across a standoff of perhaps pirates merchants that had get along well, combination, or just some people just really didn't like each other. Who knows? We never find out because combat was initiated after two of the three individuals were shot and stabbed dead. Our plucky bunch of adventurers here decided to jump out and cause a ruckus with the last man, who proceeded to nearly kill one or two of you, namely Rin. But after a bit of goings on, a temporary peace was made with some magic by the gentleman. Gentleman, just formality. And then after the spell broke and dispersed, the things turned back on again from 0 to 60, and I cast Bonfire in no time. Where the man was killed and then beaten by Dwin, because why not? And then from there, the kids took the treasure chest that the three were fighting over, and now they have blood money.
Not me.
No,
Yes,
definitely not.
so some opted not to take the money.
I've got like blood book resources. It's great.
Yes,
Blood bucks.
some were not for the whole attack thing. Some were pretty into it. Sorry. Sadly, Grimmer was not there. But some dreams
still
were
got
had
some
on the way
boy.
back. And eventually the kids returned home the next day. And a year passed since then. 2 weeks peace ended a month ago. And currently, all of you have been very separate from one another for the last 2 years, really. You've all been busy trying to find your place, studying, all sorts of various things. And today is the day where 2 of you will be leaving. And then here, in another 2 months, another one will be leaving. Mirren will be heading north to study under his uncle, the king. He'll be studying the court so he can hopefully one day become king himself. Heading to the capital, Berek. Joining him for the adventure, though more of a transfer, Leah will be riding with him north, and from there he'll be heading west to Mezixello, where 2 weeks peace festival is held, but he won't be there for the festival. Well, not solely for the festival. He'll be attending Lunar Lair spellcasting school, where he hopes to better understand his power and grow. Grimmer, here in 2 months, will be heading northward as well, to a port city called Gnorod, where he will be attending a military academy in hopes of joining the Honorary Navy. The twins will remain in Varore. Well, for now at least, until they decide to get bored. I don't know.
Yep,
But
that's the plan.
For now, they'll be staying home, assisting their clan as the new adults they are, trying to help their clan establish some sort of presence in the city, though secretively, and find themselves in the process. And that statement is a little more different for one of the twins. But for now, these 5 children walk, well, now teens, walk through the city streets of Aurora. It is fairly early in the day. Leo and Mirren's ride will be here shortly. You all walk to Mirren's estate, where you all have decided to take a lovely little stroll through the gardens for now, until it is time for your 2 friends to leave. I forgot to get the map set up, so give me 1 second.
It's okay.
No, he's spent a fair bit of money since we all last met. He's got some dapper new clothes now.
Wow.
Is it Versace?
He's got like this sort of very large, like green and brown sort of trench coat. Looking like you could wear it in a sort of formal environment, but also it's like warm and functional. Some lovely big brown boots. He's certainly trying to sort of dress to impress for his new school he'll be heading to. Buck's got a fancy new buckle as well to be worn on the waist.
Nice.
And we arrive at the Mirren Henri Manor, heading through the main doors, greeted by some of the servants that you've all become familiar with, and become familiar with you. Mirren leads you all through the back gates and into his mother's garden. It's a nice morning. Not a rain cloud in sight. The weather isn't too hot. Very comfortable. A good day. A good day to travel. Good day to talk. As you all head out into the garden, some of the servants are tending to some of the plants. They wave to you as you enter. Give them a wave back and continue on your chats. We can go over characters again. Seems we've already done so with Leo. Thanks for that. Who would like to reintroduce their character?
I'm kinda, since I'm positioned near Leo, I'll just, not much has changed in Grimmer's appearance other than, well, I guess, physical size. Still a growing boy. He might have a bit of a gut on him. Not like overly large, but
It's muscle.
Pure strength.
yeah. Got a little chunk there. Still,
Patty
he's
for the
wearing
ears.
just. He's got like this hide coat that his mom made for him, and he's got his little animal fur skin hat. Yeah, he keeps it simple, but he soon is gonna be too large for the clothing he wears. It's a little tight on him. It's a little, silly looking.
Thank you, Grimmer.
How fair's our prince?
Very fair.
Yeah. Trying to be a little bit prim and proper. Trying to, figure out how to, before even being there, how to present himself in the capital. Trying to figure out what life has in store for him, and a little sad to be leaving. you guys and home. So started collecting odd bits and bobs that he carries around with him all the time.
What are some of these odd bits and bobs?
Leo's thing.
Let's see.
You rubbed
what
off
would
on
I
it.
have by now? A good question. What would I have?
At this point, you would have definitely been studying some of your class magic, so anything that you think of, just throw it out there.
As soon as you say it, it's canon.
Yeah, great. Okay. He's got a compass that hangs off his belt that's got a bunch of little things tied around it to make it look like a more or less a multi-pointed star.
Ooh.
A little black stone eye that's hanging on an iron and silver chain, and kind of tucked in there with everything else, a weird looking nail. But I'm guessing the other things he doesn't have quite yet.
Thank you, Mr. Prince. Gwen, Rin, who wants to go next?
Yeah, sure. So, Rin's still wearing pretty much the same old clothes, same coat still, but it's less oversized for him now. It actually fits. Shocker. And his sleeves aren't hanging off the end of his wrists. You can kind of see they're like rolled up, and there's a little bits of embroidery on the cuff. He's actually got a nose now, got a snout, and he's wearing a little necklace with hematite polished on. It's kind of like glittering. Yeah. He's still a little baby Dwin.
Thank you, Dwin. Rin?
Ren is very similarly unchanged in terms of height. She's still got like maybe 1 inch left in her.
Of course, that could just be horn growth. We don't know.
Her coat is equally well fitting. She keeps pretty much the same clothes. She hasn't updated anything just yet. Has no real reason or want to. But she does keep a very familiar golden locket around her neck at all times, front and center, as a little bit of a reminder.
If you could remind the class, where is this gold locket from?
Oh, found it treasure hunting on the beach one day.
Ah, yes.
Nobody got hurt.
No. What's in the locket?
Good question. She doesn't really open the locket, so I don't think anybody would really know.
All right.
It's just salt water from when it was washing blood off it.
Yeah, it's just the locket. She just keeps the locket around her neck at all times. Sometimes she just looks at Leo with the locket, just tugs on it slightly, but doesn't make any further comment.
And sometimes Leo just points finger guns for no particular reason.
But yeah, she very much like Dwin hasn't really changed much. Kobolds, man, they don't be growing.
No.
They do, and then they don't.
They growing menacing.
You may not have grown too much in physical size, but you have done a lot of growing within your tribe. You have become honored adults. A full ceremony was put on for you all. So, within the clan, you are adults, and with that comes responsibilities, which you all will be tending to over this time gap. Unless you text me and say, no, screw that. Nah, screw that responsibility.
Nah, man.
But if you guys
Imagine Ren doing
want to
that.
move around, you can. The game's unpaused. You also have Costa with you, I'm assuming, Mirren.
Yeah.
The two of you have become extremely close, and you were informed that a ceremony upon your arrival within the capital will be performed upon you and Costa.
Ooh. It's not ominous or anything.
Quick question: is this
Don't
a
worry.
fountain?
The thing in the center? Yeah.
Yeah. I think I might be a bit short.
Well, let me get a look at you here, see what you're seeing. Oh yeah, you're too short to actually see the whole thing.
Can't see over the wall at the end.
Funny.
But yeah, I mean, if the ride's coming to pick Leo and Mirren from here, I imagine Leo would have all his stuff in a chest, just sort of around. He might go get some items to sort of like have some parting gifts for the party.
Okay.
He will sort of present two sort of like ceremonial looking daggers. They're just sort of standard daggers, but they look a bit nice. He's sort of done a small engraving onto the handles, and he'll give one to Dwayne and one to Rin. It's been great living in this city with you all. I thought I'd get everyone a small gift. We'll keep up our letters and our secret notes, but should you ever need them, you can have these.
Thanks.
And he will send daggers to people, because I've just realised there's the send item button.
Starts throwing daggers at him.
And
Wow.
for Grimmer, Leo will pull out a quarterstaff. It's nothing too particularly fancy or anything, but likewise, it sort of has an engraving. It's sort of written in code that we've been developing a code between the party, so it will just have sort of Grimmer's title that we would have come up with. And Leo will pass over the quarterstaff. For your great travels, you make sure you've saved your strength.
It looks great. Thanks, Leo.
And then for Mirren, a much more sort of complex weapon, if you like. Leo will produce a light crossbow.
Ooh.
Each of the arrows, or like it's also 20 bolts, and each of the bolts have like a different letter depending on the reason why you want to shoot them.
Nice.
Got any examples?
Need the reasons listed.
For you, a prince should not have to get up on close and personal when they're dealing their justice.
Thank you.
You'll sort of see in the chest as he's pulling out all these items, there's just pouches and cases and vials waiting to be filled with wonderful magic lore stuff. As well as a bag of sunflower seeds.
Yeah, the 2-3-year-old bag of sunflower seeds.
Yeah, no, they're going strong.
But looking back at the gifts, Grimmer's title, what was that title?
Grimmer the Powerful. Or he sort of gives us all motivation and strength.
All right.
Grimmer is very satisfied with it. I wish I had something to give you. He just like starts rummaging through his pockets.
Got this string.
Yeah. It doesn't really feel like a fair trade, though. So I'll just hold on to this string.
Well, I'm sure when we all meet again, we can come accord.
Yeah.
Has everyone got writing utensils and stuff? I have a few spare pieces of paper and ink if you needed them for sending letters.
Speaking of the sending of letters, Marin pulls out little folded pieces of paper and hands them out. This is should be the most current cipher we've come up with. So if you can't remember it, you have a guide.
The power of linguist feet.
Yeah.
Leo will take it and sort of hold it over a book until it seems the book's decided where book would like it and slides it in between the pages.
Nice.
As you do,
Reynolds.
as you slide it in, you feel like almost kind of like a static shock to your finger as you slide it in. The parchment begins to fuse into book. And it disappears.
Leo would act as if this was expected.
Is it expected?
Leo will he'll just start fiddling with the jade wand he now keeps in his hair in a sort of like little bow tie, and sort of just he seems like he's trying to not talk about it happening at all.
But as it disappears,
Yeah.
after a moment, the page kind of shimmers a little bit, and in your own handwriting, Leo, appears the cipher.
Hmm. So, how are we all doing today? It's good, lovely weather for travel, isn't it, Mirren?
Yeah. Not bad. I'll have good sights to see at least.
Hmm.
Really no
I can't.
kidnappers or muggers.
You have guards with you this time, so
Are you
That
going to
doesn't
be
mean anything.
camping on the road?
I mean, it's what, several days?
yes,
A
it's
week?
going to be a little while.
Yeah. So yes.
Ren's gonna take a water skin
I mean,
from her
you guys
side.
could also opt to go for a boat. I didn't really decide if it was going to be land travel or sea travel. It's up to you.
I think land is
land's
preferred.
fine.
Yeah.
Last time we went on a boat.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it seems like you guys doing anything just like a magnet for bad stuff. No idea why.
Oh my goodness.
Whenever we leave for anything, we should just stop leaving.
All I know is when bad things happen, we create bonfire, and then it's all good in the end. Nearly.
Yeah, basically.
Only a
Doesn't
little
have
bit of trauma.
Problems.
Says
Hmm.
the tires.
Well, the darkness put the fire out. That's why it went bad. Anyway, yeah, water skin. Thank you very much.
Go fetch.
Would anyone like to discuss anything that they have had in the works, in the background, that you want to share with everyone? Or if you have things you want to keep hidden, that's also understandable.
I feel like one of us is Batman with a backup plan for everyone else.
I think Rin's coming up with that for Leo.
Grimmer might not bring it up, but he's probably like covered in dry sweat. Probably got up early to go on like not a run, because that's not really his thing, but maybe do some push-ups or some physical activity, just not cardio.
Who needs cardio?
Exactly.
Grimmer has days of the week of where he trains. One thing never skips leg day.
Yep. Always skips cardio though.
Leo will find the the shimmer glass that we discovered on the beach.
Oh yeah,
And,
I totally forgot to have conversations about what that was.
Oh, it's okay. Leo will hand it back to you, saying he's done with it.
Okay.
Yeah, Mirren. When I asked about this, it's from a creature called a flail snail. It's interesting. I think some people were going to try catch it. I don't know if Dwin or Rin might be interested in some local affairs. Seems like some easy money. Okay. Well, I'm off to go to the buffet and just grab a vol au vent or something. One moment.
As you say that, a butler wheels out a little cart full of food to you guys. He's got little finger sandwiches and stuff like that.
Hmm. Oh, I've got some robes as well. I forgot I bought robes. I'm just adding stuff to my character sheet.
I know. I was looking at my inventory. I've got a bear belt buckle that I'm wearing too.
You got like 3 belt buckles, don't you?
Yeah. Yep.
It's to switch them out like every 2 days, and you belt buckle. Pretty much the exact same belt buckle, but don't say anything.
Well, so previous session, as you said, Flail Snail was the shell.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I totally wanted to fight it and die.
Now,
that checks out.
a little bit of retrospective. The guy that you guys ended up killing on the beach, he was... Here's my plan of what was going to happen. He was going to honor his word and give you guys a little bit, and everyone either break off, never talk about this day, or he was going to help you guys investigate that snail. Well, to you, it was just a giant shell then, where it would have awakened. And I had like a 50-50 chance whether or not he was going to get one shot by said snail.
Without trauma.
It's a scary stat block, to be fair. We definitely couldn't do it.
No, you guys couldn't even heard it. But yeah.
All's well that ends well.
Yeah, who in the party doesn't have a sling? Because Leo still has like 3 slings. If someone wanted a sling.
I have a crossbow. I don't need it.
True.
What about a crossbow with sling underbarrel?
Just shoot slings at people.
Shotgun crossbow.
Yeah, Dwin's got a short sling. He can dual wield, right? Right?
I think that there might not be light. I don't know. It seems like something a sling should
They're
be.
also ranged.
I mean,
You can have light
technically,
range weapons.
technically slings are one-handed until you have to reload them.
Oh yeah.
So I get
I
like
reckon-
I would allow like a single use
Oh
of
no,
the sling.
Yeah.
slings are light, so you can use 2 slings.
No, two slings or sling and something else in the other hand.
Yeah, you
Good.
can like put it back with your mouth, then you can just let go. It's alright. I'm sure it doesn't take out teeth.
It's
Well-
it's a bit like the Terminator's like reloading shotgun with one arm. You just sort of like whack it around until it catches.
Everyone's
push it up
these aren't
faster.
slingshots; these are slings. So they actually have to have a bit of
true.
wind up. You have to,
Yeah.
I
and
mean,
until you learn how to
towards-
use them, you might break a window. I'm totally not speaking from experience.
No, never speak.
No, why would that be the case?
Ready for the road, Leo's gonna like show off his leather armor he's wearing under his fancy clothes as well. Gives him a bit of protection, if that
He's-
will be a thing.
To be
Oh,
fair,
oh,
Leo is one of
nice.
the most likely people to be stabbed.
By Rim.
Most definitely. Yeah.
Leo always starts a fight.
Ren's just gonna like sit on the bottom of the wagon, and then as soon as we separate from Mirren and the guards,
She wouldn't. She's just dared to remind you that you are a murderer.
Leo has
wait,
not murdered a single
who-
person.
Who murdered him?
Accessory
One of
to
the
murder.
kobolds.
Yeah.
It was one of the two of you.
Well,
yeah.
Leo had dealt the final blow, but he was still alive.
Yeah, he'd
And
succeeded as
then Rin
concept,
stabbed
I
him,
think.
and then Dwin
Yeah.
beat him with a 2x4. So it was one of those three. Well, who could really say?
I
It was
mean-
a team effort.
Yeah.
See, we're only
I
a
think
third
all
murderer,
three would
so
be
it's fine.
charged. His vote for Ren could probably maybe get away with self-defense.
Leo had been attacked with enchantment magic. I think there's things to say about that in court.
After Leo started the fight.
Yeah, but we'll ignore that.
And you know
but
what? We were both
to win, on the
affected
other
by
hand.
enchantment magic.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're all witnesses to that, right?
Hmm.
Ah, memories. Speaking of memories, as you all clown around and wait for Mirren and Leo's ride, let's take a trip down memory lane, shall we?
Is this trauma lane or memory?
Is that this
Which one are we
I
going
mean,
for?
it goes hand in hand, really.
Yeah, they're basically the same. Let's be real.
Let's go back to the beginning.
Ooh.
A timid orc child arriving in a new land unfamiliar to him, with only his family that he knows. A few days in, I'm comfortably trying to set up home here. He meets another child. Blonde, scruffy hair, shoulder cape. Mirren, the prince. The two form a quick connection and quickly become friends. The two of them knowing each other for a year and decide to head out into the woods for their first camping trip alone. On this camping trip, all is going well, the scenery is wonderful, until it's not. When two highwaymen,
Ruffians.
ruffians,
Yes,
whatever, two not so intelligent men overheard of their little camping trip and decided to tell the duo into the woods in hopes of kidnapping the prince for ransom. The Grimmer, acting as a guard to the prince, tries to protect his friend, but is thrown to the side. In steps a child of the woods, create bonfire and throwing rocks.
Yeah.
And
Leo
that was
had
as
stepped
far
in.
as Leo's character development was.
Leo had stepped in to help drive away the two ruffians. The three camped out together, and after a little bit of talking, Leo had agreed to join the two in Verore. The three of them becoming friends over time. And several months later, the three of them decided to have a little test of bravery, go on a little adventure themselves into the sewer system of Aurora. See what kind of crazy shenanigans they can get into. Where they were chased by giant spiders, giant rats. They were pulled in to a nook in the wall, where they encountered two purple lizard-like folk they came to know as kobolds. Rin and Dwin. twins born of the same clutch, to a clan of kobolds who have been living beneath the city for a short time in secrecy, seemingly only known to the government of the area. The kobolds and the young adventurers became friends as well. Kobolds eventually coming topside, heavy cloaks, passing themselves off as just short dragonborn kids. And the five were together at last. From there, Bjorn and Grimmer had begun training martially with a man named Dahlem the Immortal. And after a year or so of all being together, a winter came and shenanigans were had. And then, of course, teenagers just being the banes of existence they are, especially these ones being a little stabby, one might say, have gone to a snowball fight, and the party proved that they can defend themselves from threats bigger than themselves, along with the help of Mirren's cousin and his friends as well. From there, the kids had a LARP with our tabletop RPG, which totally wasn't confusing whatsoever.
Nope.
Where the party of five were taking on a little adventure through the woods with the rest of the kids from Aurora. Where the kids of Aurora were all monsters and such, attacking a fortress, which was a little hunter's cabin in the woods, where the kids were fighting for their king, King Ian's Henri, Mirren's cousin, who was not actually a king, just another prince. But for the sake of the LARP, he was the king. Mainly because he knew the game master as a close friend. But the party triumphed over the invading armies, fought their way through the woods, and became heroes to this fantasy realm. Soon the kids went off to another camping trip eventually, where they had, again, not had such a great time. They decided to go deep into the woods this time, all five of them. Power in numbers. They even had a donkey. As the kids play in the garden.
Sorry.
Oh, it's perfectly fine. Something's got to happen on screen, right?
Yeah.
The kids delved into the woods and came upon a long-lost village, decrepit and long abandoned, where they met an elemental, a mud mephit, or beefit, however you pronounce that. A very sad boy. They learned a little about that location, learning that Mirren's bloodline has a not so tasteful past in some cases. But they also found another Henri, a dead one, a ghost that haunts that village, and more specifically, a strange cave in the woods. The kids followed this ghost into the cave, and upon reaching a dead end, the ghost made herself known as who she was, a descendant of the Henri bloodline, betrayed by her own blood. In hopes to keep the secret safe, but also willing to give them a chance, she sicked the rest of the ghosts within the forest upon them. They managed to escape thanks to the help of Mirren's spellcasting instructor. The spell she had given him. They had left and returned home, occasionally coming back to camp in the village, oddly enough. Though thankfully they didn't have to worry about ghosts attacking them or anything, because it seemed they were restricted to the cave. These voyages, mostly led by Grimmer, were not bad. Good camping trips, overall. Just with a spooky ghost in the corner. Eventually, the kids were able to attend their first 2 weeks peace festival. 2 weeks peace being a time when all of Fridalia, a curse that laid upon the land that drives the kingdoms to hate one another, is lifted for 2 weeks. And during this time, an enormous festival is held in the city-state Mezixello, which is kind of a central hub for all 4 kingdoms. The kids have been before, but they have never been able to truly experience the Colosseum. And a lot of the more upper-end games, where there was feats of strength, like hitting a hammer and seeing if you can hit a bell. Test of accuracy to see if you could shoot a crossbow with great accuracy. Running from a horde of chickens down city streets in hopes that you're not trampled, or set any on fire and get in trouble. No names. Julio.
Leo wasn't trampled. What matters?
But he did lose.
Yes. Everything.
Lost
he
a lot there.
Even bear wrestling and other contests. Bear wrestling, performed by Grimmer, of course, where he did a pretty good job. He succeeded on his first venture, and on his second venture, it was a brutal battle of wrestling back and forth with this trained bear. And eventually, he ran out of time and just could not land the pin. But the crowd is astonished by his feats. And he kind of builds up a reputation in following 2 weeks peace. The kids took to the Colosseum watching blood sport as they are finally of age to be able to watch people get limbs cut off, but magically healed. Where they have encountered gladiators, and Leo and Grimmer even being able to talk to 2 of them. Sadly, on the way back from 2 weeks peace, their ship was attacked by orcish pirates. Not orcs alone, mind you, wrathfolk. A combination of giants, orcs, and humans. Led by an orc. As their ship was attacked, they all fought back bravely, as they had 2 sailors of Mirren's family, their captain, and Dahlem the Immortal as their personal protection. Sadly, Dahlem was not enough. He was felled in battle, and Leo unable to heal him as he had to use his only healing spell to save one of his friends. But how was he to know Dahlem the Immortal would fall that day? Upon arriving back, funeral service and mourning throughout. A stepping stone for these children to really see what they want out of this life. To grow and run through the kitchen, apparently. And just run all about Mirren's Manor. Why not? With minds being made up, Leo wanting to show his power can be used for good, showing that he can control himself, opted to study hard, and, as I mentioned earlier, will be attending Lunar Lair Spellcasting School in Mezixello. He worked hard to get there, so now all he hopes is that he is truly accepted. Grimmer has been very focused on his martial training. Having lost his teacher, he found new, kind of a third family, if you will, in... Hold on, with Leo moving all over the place, the map is moving around. Let's, try to get that stationary a little bit.
What a menace.
Grimmer volunteered with the town guard. Though he couldn't be a guard himself, he trained with them whenever possible. And then eventually, trained with military regiments that would come in. And then eventually, naval units, where he had met some very interesting characters that took an interest in him, offering him a chance to join the Navy, giving him that push he needed to make up his mind. That is why he will be attending military school within the next 2 months. The prince himself, somewhat foregoing martial training aside from just casual exercise, has gone all in on politics, trying to ensure that one day he will be able to live up to his family's wishes after a prophecy told to him by his uncle the king, that he is no longer for this world, and that Mirren or Ions will one day become king. That he wants both of them to work hard, because he wants to have a hard choice in deciding. He wants the future of the Henri bloodline to be strong and smart. And he hopes that the two of them can be that.
No pressure.
Nope, not at all.
But through Mirren's natural intelligence and resources and magic aptitude, he has grown quite a bit and has become somewhat of a little politician within town, attending meetings with the local government, mostly overhearing and being errand boy here and there. He's working hard for his goal. That is why he'll be heading north, to the capital, to learn under the king himself directly. And of course, the twins. Ren, thoroughly wanting to look into her clan's background, their history, and what she can do to keep it alive. Their dragon god, what does it all mean? Can they find a way to be happy here? And Dwyn, he's a bit more focused on himself and just going with the wind, am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Silence.
Sorry, my mic wasn't picking me up. Oh dear.
One twin studious and lore preserving, the other knowing the lore and embracing it, but more of the wild child of the two. Has his own things to figure out. But they are currently the new adults, the first to become adults within their clan outside of their homeland. So it is important for them to be beacons for the new clutch coming up and to assist their clan any way they can. That is why they will be remaining in Varore. Beneath the city streets, trying to make things better. And of course, they had their own little adventure here and there, in between those decisions and now. But I'd like to ask you guys, did I miss anything? Anything that you guys would like to add?
Man,
Leo got adopted.
Yes, he
Um,
was adopted
Yeah.
early on in his appearance here in the city. He was adopted.
And he was very grateful, though he didn't interact much. He's always had a distaste for adults, now that he is one as well.
He has a distaste for himself.
But of course, his adoptive
yeah.
father, he knows, cares for him truly, and has helped him in achieving his goal of attending Lunar Lair.
Leo would have been tempted maybe to join Grimmer in the sort of military setting with all the boats and such, but his heart lies with magic.
We got a giant menagerie. Well, I say giant. We got a menagerie of animals that will only grow, to be sure.
Yes, who would like to list off all the critters?
We don't have that many, to be fair.
Well, first we got turtles.
Yes, you were
Yeah.
all given turtles as rewards for defending the kingdom.
I think we stole them. I don't think they were given to us.
But they weren't stolen, they were
No,
wild
those
turtles that
were-
you guys just kind of
That's
took.
true. And then we gave them to the kobolds. And
'Cause I
now
wanted-
the sewer's full of turtles.
Yep.
Turtles and giant spiders.
There's only like one giant spider that we're really close friends with, though. Corin.
And
And we have a
then,
dog.
yeah, there's Puppy. Wherever he is. He's missing. Oh, there he is.
He's right beside of you.
Yeah. And then you got an egg,
Yeah. That
That
turned
turned
into
into a-
Rev.
Rev. Nice.
Which is a
Right.
crocodile that they won from 2 weeks
Definitely.
peace.
Her full name is Revolution.
Leo's got well, him and Buck sort of look after a mushroom.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a big sort of gloomy purplish sort of mushroom in a bag.
Interested in seeing how a book tends to a mushroom.
It used to have a fez. I'm pretty sure that's kind of been.
It's integrated
it's been
now.
absorbed.
Yeah,
Still
everything
has
is
a
mushroom
fez. It's
eventually.
just- yeah.
We
Mushroom.
should-
fez.
Might have to get some character out of that.
I think I'll prepare some for the next one shot.
You're gonna play mushroom.
To be fair, we could do a testing out some of the systems, just play as pets.
Yeah.
Like
I don't think
for
I think we probably want to try to stick to the system as close as possible for right now, for less confusion and mind-boggling for me.
Add on to the pets, Grimmer also won a pig in one of the games, so he has a pig.
Oh,
named Yummy.
yeah.
Yeah, is it still alive?
I'd say the pig is still growing, but the turtle that I got a while ago is nowhere to be found. My
It's fine.
mom just said it ran away one day.
and turtle soup was great as well. Thanks
Yeah,
for inviting me
yeah.
over.
Night was so good.
That's a great meal that night. So
Yeah.
fresh.
Forgot about the pig.
But was it the
I
puppy
kind of
and the
assumed
pig were
it
both
was
won
defeated by now.
at the festival? Or was the puppy?
No, the puppy was a gift from my uncle.
separate?
A gift from his uncle the king, in hopes to help guide him to become a good king. someday.
He
in the
got it
future.
on his birthday when we destroyed that cake that one time.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you were there for that. You were grounded. We totally forgot about the guilt cake destroying.
Yeah, where you guys got a guy
Oh.
fired and everything. That was a good RP. Good RP. How to make your players feel guilty. Just get a guy fired.
Yep, that'll do it.
Kids, am I right?
Malicious destruction of property. Woo!
I know we're only 2 campaigns in, but I feel like we started a trend where there's a crocodile in every game.
Yep.
Yes. Though technically it may have not have been a crocodile because I had a roll table for it.
Yeah, it's true. But
I mean, I don't think the first crocodile was really a crocodile either.
Yes, but now it's a
What?
wild mechanical crocodile. So
yeah,
It's a real boy.
he was given his own life. He'll live forever.
It's going to be the only thing that will survive this setting change.
Yeah, it will. It's going to be the BBG. We know that.
Yeah, a relic from forgotten time.
Yeah.
Just starts death rolling things in the background.
Just tired of them. Well,
Like
Well,
super infused with magic. Yep,
spoiler
that'll be
alert. Bryn is going into a cleric. She could always get divine intervention, and all of a sudden there's like a metal crocodile out of nowhere that just clamps onto the BBG's leg and just starts death rolling him, doing like D5000 damage.
Yeah, I mean, that checks out.
yeah.
I am sort of quite interested in because of Leo's particular scenario, what that will mean in different settings. I think that's quite fun potential. You know, druids are great in every setting, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Druids.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
druids.
for what we'll do is the system swap. We're going to keep the same setting relatively. We're going to try to keep as much as possible. It's just the mechanics might change a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
Just alternate timelines, you know?
Yeah.
Like Maya.
The multiverse!
We
It's like you're looking for the multiverse. Woo!
we need to find something that's a D, what, like 130 maybe?
That's a lot of dice.
It is. I'm gonna see if I can roll one now if it has one. It does. It's got a D130. We could do a D130. I didn't roll very well.
Oh, what's the D130 for?
I was just having fun.
Okay.
Guess how many diamonds fall out the sky and into our lap?
Yeah, it's the amount of health that
Yeah.
I've
Oh, yeah,
left
totally.
after.
Does anyone have anything else to talk about amongst each other?
Leo's going to just sort of like look at his friends and be aware that he's going to be alone again, starting with people he won't know again, and you'll sort of seem sort of like reluctant to have to say goodbye, but there's sort of like a determination and resolve when he eventually does have to say goodbye.
Should do a group hug.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, we're doing a group hug.
You'll
Not
hear
even
a sigh
here.
from Leo.
As you all begin to think and like, group hug time? You guys hear the plopping of hoofprints on the main road.
That sounds like an encounter.
Get your weapons ready. After a moment, the back door opens, and peeking her head out the window is Mirren's mother. Mirren? Leo? Your ride's here?
hey.
Leo will just sort of surprisingly grab everyone into a big hug.
Yes. Hug.
Oh,
Roll for hug.
Everyone roll a d20.
Final D20.
7
roll.
damage.
I did a
8 damage. Oh no, Grimmer wins.
I just did a
I thought we were
strength
doing
check to
the
pick you
D20.
guys up.
I think we
I
all
rolled
failed our
as the wrong
athletics.
character.
Grimmer, of course, gave the best hug.
Yeah.
As Leo pulls everyone in to hug, Grimmer's like, "Oh no, this won't do," and will wrap his arms around most of you guys and just pick you up and begin squeezing everyone.
See.
I'll be sure to write to you guys at least once a month. I'll let you know all the magic things that I'll be learning, and we'll have to think of games we can play, like give each other riddles, and I hope you all have a great time.
Yeah, I will write as much as I can, but I might be gone for some time on the boats and stuff. But whenever I can, I'll write.
But be sure to tell us which port you'll be near. We can try to send things there.
Yeah, of course.
Be safe.
I'll
As
miss you guys.
the friends say goodbye to one another, Bjorn's mother peeks her head out at the door again. "Come on, boys, they're not gonna wait forever."
Yay.
You all head back through the manor to the front gate, where there is a fairly large carriage. Very cozy and very good for a extended trip as you guys will be taking.
Yay.
There's a guard in the front and guard in the back as well. As all of you head up to it, the last bit of luggage is loaded in. The driver opening the door for the two of you, giving a little bow.
Okay. I'm in. Get Costa to come in.
As the two of them load in, driver gets up onto the thing. Mirren's mother and father, and even Leo's adoptive father, arriving just in time, there to wave you all off. Well, the two of you off, as the remaining twins and Grimmer stand next to the adults as the carriage pulls away. Off to the eastern gate to head off to the capital. And that is where we will end session 10
Ah!
of campaign 2.
Oh man,
Yes.
we're gonna have new avatars next time.
Yes, we will.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see you guys.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
been
we haven't
interesting.
seen each other yet. ever.
no, we've
No,
only
you have
seen
not.
each other's kids' versions.
You guys will have about 5-year time leap here, so send me anything that you want to do. I will try to send you guys some stuff as well. The more you talk to me, the more I'll talk to you.
Yay!
Shit.
So, yeah.
Somebody locked inside.
Yep, I hear the door. Crap,
Was
here
trying
got
to
the
open
key.
the fireplace.
Leo was trying to get in earlier, and I realized it was a window. He was trying to climb through.
Well, the trick is be small enough that you can climb through,
Yeah.
like me. Oh god.
Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed this start to the campaign. I feel it was definitely a very interesting way to start it out.
Yeah, no, it was good.
I like
Sessional.
making the character over a couple of sessions.
Because from what you guys were telling me, like you guys have gone in the direction that you wanted to, but there are some differences with how things have played out. I see, like with Leo and Grimmer, most notably.
Mm.
You deviated from your plan?
Yeah, I might actually be a druid, guys.
Grimmer's isn't exactly in your face about any sort of big changes, more of some smaller things here and there.
Yeah.
Some outlooks and stuff. But yeah, you guys messaged me. Of course, next week we're not going to have session 11. We'll be talking a little bit about Shadow of the Demon Lord. And the week after that, we'll be playing one shot. So that also gives me some time to work on finishing up the adult avatars and getting the system swap over. We'll try to we might have a stream kind of going over some of the changes here and there and announcing which system we're actually stuck on.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. I look forward to session 11 when we get to it. It's going to be a 5-year time jump this time. So, not the
That's
year.
That's enough time to do a master's.
Well, you guys will be
very educated.
you guys will be in your probably early 20s, I think most of you.
Hmm.
Have to double check on that. I think it's like early 20s for all of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're going by like kobolds live as long as people, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
And
Because it's easier that way.
Yep. Screw weird lifespans. But yeah, we'll see if everyone achieves their dreams, or at least is on a good path for those dreams when we come back.
unless
And-
it's Ren's dreams, then maybe you hope they don't happen.
Oh yeah. Forgot about that.
Oh yeah.
Not that any of us know that, but
No.
Metagame wise.
yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mm,
Nope.
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 no.
Nope.
It's okay, Leo can't dream, so it's evens out.
But yeah, we'll see who gets kicked out of what schools and kingdoms when we come back, and who's started a revolution from the sewers.
Who's added to their kill list?
Yes, I'm sure that'll be great. I mean, I'm sure one of you is bound to have some knocks in your belt next to a giant belt buckle.
Certainly hope so.
So, anybody have anything else they want to say before we sign off on this extra short stream?
No, I mean, thank you all very much for being amazing support and everything. We're nearly up to 100 followers on Twitch now, so that's fun.
Just noticing Mike's subscription for 9 months in a row. Thank you, Mike. We appreciate you. We might be asking to bring you in for a one shot.
Little treat.
Yeah.
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 So, shall we go on a raid?
But yeah, let's see if I can pick somebody that'll let me raid them.
It'll be helpful.
Nope. Let me pick somebody else. Somebody talk for a little bit.
So
Here at a
T,
few dice short, we really enjoy stuff. Stuff being
Like-
things.
and
With
T,
the do you know with the stream, like this is tagged Dungeons and Dragons? Are we gonna have to like tag it something else? And is there just
yeah.
a
Yes, we'll be
RP?
tagging.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll be in the tabletop RPGs category.
Yes, unless there's like
Ah.
a specific one made between
There's
now
not.
and then.
There's almost no.
well,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think there might be a Pathfinder one, maybe.
Hmm.
Could have swore I saw a
Maybe,
Pathfinder one.
yeah.
And again, I could just be crazy. I don't know.
Oh damn, the world's going to all sorts of. It's a nightmare.
With everything going on in the world.
Oh,
Now, D&D.
It
We're
was
ready to-
my
Riddle
one
Bell
safe
the
space
rat.
from it all.
Okay, we're raiding Bell the Rat. Okay. You're
Yeah.
actually letting us raid. Neat.
Yeah.
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 Bye,
anyone here?
everybody.
Say hello, and we look forward
Hello.
to a series of one-shots and session 11 eventually.
Ew.
New system, new us. Happy New Year!
Ooh.
Goodbye, everyone. Say goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Everyone.
Rolling the outro.
Roll initiative.